Joined here by Bucks all the way from Australia, mate. It's been beaten 2-1, but how was that for the journey from over there?
Well, I mean, I came all the way. I was flying in here from Germany. I extended the trip a little bit to come out to Newcastle. First game. Tell you what, I know we went down 2-1. It's an unfortunate result, but I was sitting in the Melbourne stand today, and it's the first ever Newcastle game, and that Hostler goal. It's funny because I almost didn't rate him that much, to be fair to you, but like now he's like one of my favourite players. No. It sucks that we went down 2-1. To be fair, like 19% possession. I almost saw it coming, but no, that goal I will never forget it. It was one of the greatest moments of my life. To be fair, I've been a fan for over a decade now, and Newcastle's the first and only team that really I support. To be fair, I mean, obviously I've got a local team back in Adelaide United, but yeah, I've been on the sauce if you couldn't tell too, by the way. I've had a fucking little bit to drink, but yeah, no, it's an amazing day, amazing game. Unfortunately, not the right result, but I really can't wait to be back for one. To be fair, yeah.
What did you make then in Newcastle today with the 3/5 that they had at the back? You came all this way. Did you expect to see a bit more entertaining football, or is it understandable considering the opposition?
Yeah, no, look, I completely understand. Like, this isn't the way that you obviously would like to see the team set up. But to be fair, against a team like Chelsea, that actually look really nice against with Sarri running things at the moment. I mean, they actually have looked quite good, to be fair, this season. So, no, I totally understand setting up that way. I mean, so like, that's not the way that we would want to play football, but against it. G'day, mate. Gallagher shot. What does it actually say?
Available from Gallagher shots now.
In Rafa we trust. You know what? I'll wear that with pride. Don't worry, mate. No. Fuck, what was I saying? Oh, okay, the 5 at the back. Yeah, no. Okay, against a side like Chelsea, it's fine. Obviously, you don't want to see that against every single team in the Premier League, though. But against a team like this, that's fine. And to be fair, it was weird how we were setting up extremely defensively, but when Rondon was in the side and we were obviously, as soon as we'd get the ball back and we'd put the ball up to him, he was holding the ball up really, really well, to be fair to him. So it was strange when we subbed him off and brought on Hosselu. That was the only way that we ended up getting the only goal of the game. It's a bit of a weird one because I really did think Rondon did okay today, but Hosselu is the one that ends up scoring the goal. And I mean, it's strange. Again, I know that the pundits all across the country really fucking love to rip into Newcastle every time we sit back a little bit, but I mean, what can you do? It's fine.
He hasn't got the disposal. There's not much choice against a club that has the...
Exactly right. I mean, like, I was sitting up in the stands, and even though I was having a great time, and it was a bit surreal for me actually being at my first ever game. At the same time, it's not great to say, but sometimes you have to take your hat off and just say, all right, Chelsea, just the players that they have in the pitch compared to ours. I mean, obviously there's a golfing class there that you really cannot do an awful lot. You really can't do a lot about, especially when it's basically Roman Abramovich versus Mike Ashley, unfortunately.
Exactly,
but yeah, I mean, like, I was still really happy to be here, and the way that we set up is, again, it's understandable, and yeah, I mean, that goal that Hosselu scored is going to stay with me forever. It's one of the greatest moments of my life, to be fair. Yeah.
How come you end up supporting Newcastle from Australia?
Okay, I'll try to keep a long story short, but I have not been a football fan my entire life. I only started getting into football 10, 11, 12 maybe. I grew up supporting another code of football, the Australian code of football called AFL, Aussie Rules.
Aussie Rules, yeah.
I had family that used to play for a team called Collingwood, which is basically the Collingwood Magpies, black and white stripes. So I was a really young lad, 10, 11, 12. I associated immediately with them, and there was a moment where I was obviously in Australia. We didn't have every single game to choose from in the Premier League. We had one night, it was Manchester United versus Arsenal, and I think Newcastle versus West Ham, maybe West Ham away. And it was weird. Obviously, everyone would be like, "Oh, Manchester United, Arsenal, massive game," and I was like, "Nah." To be fair, I want to watch Newcastle. I felt that connection that I didn't have with any of the other bigger teams. Obviously, being quite young, I felt the connections to Manchester United, Arsenal, and some of the bigger clubs back then. But no, something special about Newcastle, to be fair. And then learning more about the city, the team, and I just was like, nah, there's no going back for me. So Newcastle's the team, and it always will be for me.
Class, mate, love it. Great.
Thank you, mate. Cheers, appreciate it. Appreciate it. Have a good one.